Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be doing the winter tire change on my wife's 2017 Buick Encore. But before we do that, we need to change the right rear brake cable. Last year, the year before, we were involved in a little incident where we had run over some debris that had fallen in the road from a tree, and it hooked one of the rear brake cables and kinked it. So I've had the rear brake cable on the passenger side disconnected on the car for the past year and a half. So today's the day. We got the cable. We're going to bring the vehicle in, take the console out, try and get that cable put in. That guy right there. Alright, here's the cable assembly that I had to purchase. So it comes as an assembly. You get the passenger side and the driver's side in one piece. And this piece here is located under the center console, so we're going to have to remove the console. Now all I need is the right side, so I'm going to try and see what I can do to remove it from the clevis so that I don't have to disassemble the whole other side. So let's bring the car in and check it out. I guess to start this project, what we're going to need to do is remove this piece of trim right here. Comes around. This piece of trim is going to have to come off. We're going to have to remove the cup holders. We're going to have to remove the liner, and then we're going to have to remove both side panels on each side. So let's get started. Struggle, but not too bad. This connector here, this was probably the worst thing to get undone. Trying to reach underneath while holding up the console at the same time. So we're looking at it right here. Here's the clevis that you saw on my new one, and here is the cable that is seized on this side here because it's damaged. So that's why this is loose. So like I mentioned, what we're going to try and do is instead of replacing the whole assembly and having to pull out this side, we're just going to try and see if we can get the cable out of this clevis, and then we'll just roll up the carpet as much as we can, and the sound deadener. There we're gonna try and get in here because the cable passes through the floor right in here. So we're gonna have to see what we can do to get access to that. Maybe get underneath, take a look. All right, guys, here we go. I got that cable off. And I took it out of the clevis. It's super easy to get it out of there. Just had to flip up that little tab, pulled it out. So now I have my replacement cable ready to go, and I have it all apart inside. So now let's jack it up, get underneath, take those 10mm bolts off, and see if we can fish that cable out of there. Alright guys, a little update on how we're doing here. So we got everything apart. We got the new cable in. It was fairly simple. A little bit of a struggle to get it through the floor. So here's our new cable. We have it installed. We've got the clip on. Come over here, and we got our bolt there. Have our other bolt under there. And then we passed it through the floor. Over here. Passed the cable through the floor there. Ran it all the way up. Now we had to remove that other piece of underlay so that I could gain access to a part that's right here, because this cable actually slides through a little tube, and there's a little retainer here that you just pull up on that holds both cables. So I was very lucky at getting that cable back in there. There was no issues there. And I've gone ahead and I've tightened this nut over here, and I've adjusted the rear park brakes. So this had to come right off, this nut right here, so that I could get this cable back into here. So I had to remove that to get it on, and that was fairly simple. So it's not a super easy job, but again, it's not difficult. If you take your time, you can do it. All right, so next on the list right now is we're going to seat this body plug. Make sure that's in there nice and tight, watertight. We're going to vacuum up in here. I'm going to put the underlay back in, and then we're going to put the carpet back down. And we did have to remove the side covers. Let me get over there and show you. We had to remove the side seatbelt covers right here, and that was to gain access to be able to flip the carpet up. But all in all, it's going well. All right, before we go ahead and put the center console back in, just want to let you guys know that I did test the park brake to make sure that the park brake light actually comes on in the dash, because I noticed there's a little tiny switch right here. This is the park brake switch, and I just wanted to make sure it didn't go out of adjustment or needed any kind of adjustment. So if we check it out here, let's turn the car on. Oh, no remote detected. You know, it really helps if I grab the freaking remote. Alright guys, check it out. We got the interior all back together. Got it vacuumed up. Seats are all back. Seat belts are pulled through. Like I said, I cleaned up the carpet, so now we're ready to, looks like we're ready to put the center console back in. Guys, we got it all back together. Everything went fairly well. It was a long job. Took me probably 3.5 hours, I'm guessing. First time doing something, it does take a little bit longer, but you know what? It's all about the experience, right? And I didn't hurt myself. That's the important thing. So why don't we just pull out the winter tires that are sitting outside and get those thrown on, and we're all done for the evening. All right. I've had the right rear tire off for some time now because I've been doing that cable all afternoon, but we know what we're going to be doing next. Cleaning some wheels. That's what I do best. Tires are done, brake cable's done. Now we can get to programming some sensors. Here's the cool little tool we're going to be using right here. It is a TPMS programming tool, and if you want to know more about this, and a link in my description as to where I purchased it, go to my tracks video that you see me doing the winter tires, and I explained how this thing works. And yeah, so we're just going to run through the motions. I will show you how to put the Buick Encore into programming mode for the TPMS. Alright guys, so here we are, we're inside the vehicle. It's very similar to the tracks. So we turned the engine on, so the vehicle is running currently because it doesn't have an accessory position. And again, we're going to be doing the same thing as the tracks. We have our menu button over here, right there, and then we have our set and our up and down arrows right here. So if you look right now, we're going to be hitting the up arrows, and we're going to wait until we find our tire pressures, and there they are. So those tire pressures that are showing there are from the summers. So what we're going to do now is we're going to come over here. I'm going to press and hold this button. So we've heard the horn honk. That means that we're ready to start programming our TPMS. All right, like I mentioned in my last video, the park light is on, indicating we do the left front. Find our valve stem, come on over here, press the button once. Turn signal is out. Other turn signal is on, meaning that we're ready for this side. That one's done. Come over here. Now our right rear turn signal is on, indicating that the right rear is ready. That one is done. Followed by the left rear, one honk, and then two honks to let us know that the programming is successful. Guys, we are done. That is programming the TPMS sensors on a Buick Encore. So we're back inside of the car, and there are the, that's the pressures for the winters that we have on it now. So it needs a little bit of adjustment, and we're all done. All right, guys, we are done. Done. Brake cable, done. Tires, done. It was a great day. We got a lot accomplished. As you can see, it's pretty dark outside right now. I'm gonna go in and maybe do a little rest. Get a little rest. Because I deserve it, because I've been working hard today. Well, anyway guys, hope you enjoyed it, and hope you learned a little something. All right guys, and if you're interested in finding out a little bit more about the TPMS setup on this vehicle, you can Google it. There's lots of really good information out there. Or if you want to know a little bit more about the tool that I was using, simply go to my tracks video, my winter tire switchover for the tracks. That video there will have the link to the unit down in the description. So once again, I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed making it, and we'll see you guys soon. I almost forgot. Could you please subscribe?